a short clip just to show you how to make a quick chart for use in your seed lab. So the software we're going to use for this is also in Google, and it's called Google Sheets. If you've never used it before, it's a simple spreadsheet. So we're going to go to New in Google Drive, and we're going to select New Google Sheets. And we're going to get a blank Google Sheet, which is just a grid that's going to let us type. And give us a second here. And I'm just going to go anywhere in here. And basically, I had two sets of data. I had either the number of seeds that germinated or the percentage of seeds that germinated in light and in darkness. And so I'm just going to set up this table very quickly to do that. So here, I'm going to set up percent seeds germinated. And here I'm going to put some labels in. I would say in darkness and in light. And then whatever percentage was. And I'm just going to make some numbers up. And let's say that in the darkness that 17% germinated. And I'm just going to put a number there. I've already got it labeled as percentage of seeds germinated. So I'm just going to put a number here. And if this goes in properly, the number will go to the right side of this cell. And then Excel or Google Sheets will be able to graph it. It's kind of the same in both. And let's say in light that 23% germinated. And I'm going to hit enter for that. Now I've got the data entered. This is very simple, but this lab is very simple. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to highlight this block. And the reason I highlight this block is so that Google Sheets knows what to graph. And then over on the right side at the top here, it looks like a small column chart. And I'm going to click that button when it says Insert Chart. And if I give it a second here, it should pop up. And it came back as a pie chart. Now, that's not the kind of chart I want for this particular data. So I'm going to change that. So right here, it says chart type and it says pie chart. I'm going to switch that to a bar chart or a column chart. Actually, technically, the ones where they go up and down, that's a column chart. And like down here, that's a bar chart. I'm going to put it in as a column chart. And you see that I've got a title here. It says the number of seeds germinated. And I've got an x-axis label and a y-axis label. The y-axis says the percentage of seeds germinated from 16 to 24%, and in darkness and in light on the x-axis. And that's okay, but it's exaggerated. So what I want this to do is go from 0 up to 24. And so I can customize this. So I'm going to go over here to customize. And I want to customize the vertical axis. And it's by customize the vertical axis, I can get some options that pop up here. And you see where it says minimum and maximum. I want to set the minimum to 0. So I just put 0 there. And now this scales from 0 to 25%. And you can see more accurately the difference between these two. Okay. Now, what I want to do to copy that into my lab report is I'm going to click this graph. And when I click this graph and I can see these little handles, there's a little square in the middle of each side and one at each corner, I can go to Edit and I can go to Copy, or I can do Control C. So I'm going to copy that. Okay. And then I'm just going to go back to Drive and I'm going to make a blank document so I can show you how to paste this in there. So I want a new blank document. You're going to work within your lab report. But I'm just going to put a blank document in here and let this pop up. And so this is lab report. And I had all these sections, but down in my data section, and I'm going to have a table of my stuff and then analysis. This chart. So here in analysis, this is where I want the chart. And so what I'm going to do is when my cursor is here, I'm just giving myself a little room. I'm going to paste. So I can go to Edit and Paste, or I can do Control V. So we'll just do that. And it's going to give me an option. It says Link to Spreadsheet or Paste Unlinked. And I'm going to link it to the spreadsheet. And the reason I'm going to do that is that if I link it to the spreadsheet and I realize I made a mistake, I can go back into Sheets and change it and fix it, and it will automatically update in my lab report. So there I go. So within my lab report, here is this pasted in. And once it's here, I can size this if I want. Make it smaller, make it bigger. And there we go. Now, if I get in here and say, oh, I missed something, I can just click there and it'll take me right back to that Google Sheet, and I can change something. So let's say I didn't really mean to type 17. This should have been, sorry, I just covered that up. Let's move this over. That this shouldn't have been 17, this should have been 37. So I can change that. What happened here? The chart changes. And if I go back to my document, it says update, I update it, and there it's fixed. I didn't have to redo the whole thing. I just fixed it, and then it updated in my document. And that's all you need to do.